I can't wait for the show to start. I've got a brand new item. I tell you, I'm ready.
Really?
You're going to love it. I promise you. It's not every day that I get excited as I am today.
After all these years, have you finally come up with a good idea?
Let's get on with it. This episode is proudly sponsored by BP Me Rewards. Welcome to the world's number one podcast, Soccer A to Z, the people's podcast, saving football 1 week at a time whilst helping society. Yes, we are working our way through the alphabet from A to Z. Last week was J. I'm no William Shakespeare, but I reckon today's letter is K. Full squad again today. We're all fit, no injuries out there. Helen, hello.
Hi.
Robbie, hello.
Hello.
Joe, hello.
Hello.
He's back. Tubes, hello.
Hello.
I'm here again. Probably not for long though, because Gary's stepping aside, isn't he? Yep. Done deal.
Are you sitting by the phone, are you?
I didn't have to, Joe. It's done deal. Inside job. The man Lovejoy is.
Have you heard that?
Up. I haven't heard. Well, when they phoned me and said it's done deal.
That happened, did it?
When do you start then?
I'm doing Manchester on Saturday night, and then that's where they do match of the day. And then I'm back down to London to do Sunday brunch, which is a show I do on a Sunday.
Oh right.
Yeah, it's 3 hours long, and it's great. It's got cooking and music and lots of celebrities. It's really good fun.
You should try and do something on the way down in like the early hours of Saturday morning, like in Birmingham. Make it a worthwhile trip.
DJ set.
Yeah.
Mr. Biggs or something. What's that club in Birmingham called?
Hippodrome.
There's another one called Mr. something.
Snobs.
No. Anyway.
Heidi's.
Claire's, Roxy.
Route 66 in. Where do we go to that? Route 66 in Swindon, wasn't it? We went to for a night out after the Badgers thing.
Did we?
Sounds awesome.
It's £1 a pint. Yeah. Right, Tubes is back. Tubes, you're in Dubai.
Yes.
No Flintstones there.
No Flintstones there in Abu Dhabi.
What were you doing?
Golf Life were working alongside the DP World Tour. So it was a
big time.
Big gig for Golf Life. So it was great. We filmed some speed golf with them.
Are you a billionaire now?
Absolutely not.
No,
far from it. But
trillionaire.
Far from it. But yeah, it was.
Is anyone around?
Amazing.
Anyone in this podcast a billionaire yet?
Not yet. No.
Even you from Influence.
Little bit off, Tim. Bit off.
Helen, are you still playing poker? Are you a billionaire yet?
Oh gosh, no, I haven't played poker in years. You're not a billionaire if you keep loads of animals to feed.
Okay. I've been stalking you, Tubes. So have you finished, by the way, talking about your European tour stuff?
No, just out in Dubai with the DP World Tour. Unbelievable.
That is great.
It's so good.
That's really good.
And it was brilliant.
Couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
Thank you.
And everyone loves it. Everywhere I go, everyone goes, Tubes, Golf Life. They talk about it all the time. So it's really captured the imagination, hasn't it? Go and watch it because it's very good. I'm on an episode. Watch me. No, actually don't, because I play so badly.
You didn't. You keep saying that. You were good.
I've been stalking you as well, and you've been doing arts and crafts with Amy, your lovely partner.
Yeah.
You've been doing was it like a scene out of Ghost? You were there in a pottery class or something. What were you doing?
It was brilliant. This cafe, like pottery cafe in Walton, near where we live. You go in, have a cup of tea, and you pick a thing.
What's
some
thing?
pottery, like a cup or a mug or a bowl, and then you do what you want with it. Paint it.
What do you do? CFC.
go on the Chelsea.
Cole Palmer forever.
Cole Palmer.
Like a little model of him out of clay.
It was. Do you know what? I found it really therapeutic.
It is, isn't it? That sort of stuff.
I haven't done it for years and years and years, and I was literally there. I loved it. So yeah, I did a bit of pottery
whenever
painting.
I do arts and crafts on Sunday brunch, it just Simon,
cool, isn't it?
Simon and I just go quiet. I had to whittle a spoon once, and I was just like, "This is so good." And Johnny Vegas got us on a potter's wheel once. Have you done a potter's wheel? Helen must have done a potter's wheel. It's amazing. It's so relaxing. Have you done a potter's wheel, Helen?
Yeah, I've done it. I want a potter's wheel because half my garden is clay.
You want or you won?
No. I want, not one.
No, it's sort of one.
Yeah. Okay.
I want one because half my damn garden is clay.
Right.
I want clay, so I'd have a lifetime supply of free clay. I'd just dig it up.
We're at Chamberlain's farm, so we might as well carry on. Mark Rondo.
Sorry, I should say we can't move on to if he's told us what he's doing this week.
Oh, what are you doing this week?
I'm turning on the Oxshot High Street Christmas lights.
Oh, yes.
Come on. Up the golf
What a
light.
gig. What a gig.
Myself, Big Ange and Jimmy Bullard
Have
will
you-
be turning on the lights on Sunday evening. Get yourself down there. It's going to be massive.
Oh, well, when you say massive, I know Oxshott. Do they even have a high street?
Yeah.
It's
Have you got your lines sorted, Tubes? Are you gonna,
I'm going to work on it this afternoon on the way back.
I think it's only fair for everybody if you do a rap.
And mention the AZ.
Bring it back. Well, you don't have to do
AZ
that, but just bring back the
It's the
rap.
place to be.
Yeah, there you go. Do that.
Christmas based.
Mike MC.
Still got it in it.
Something like that, yeah.
It's
like-
that thing.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
is that-
Tilt the head to
that
the left.
ripple like
Blowing to the right.
It's up there with Dre and Snoop. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
exactly.
That's just brilliant.
Yeah.
Eminem.
cheek ripple.
Yeah,
He's Surrey's version of Eminem.
exactly.
Chamberlain's Farm. Mark Rondo says, "Can we do an Animal Prison 11?" Because obviously Helen lives on in an animal prison or created an animal prison. He said, "Goater up front." Who else have we got? Fowler, Robbie Fowler, Raw Fox. Soul Campbell.
Yeah, that works.
Soul
Yeah.
Soul. It's a fish. Soul Campbell.
doesn't live on a farm though, does it?
Well, no, but
Fish
you got,
farm?
fish farm.
Yeah.
John,
Wayne Mooney.
good. John
Yeah.
Scales.
Yeah.
Kind of. David Bact-E.
Yeah.
Foxes don't live on farms. They come and invade farms.
Yeah, they're the
Break
baddies.
in.
They're the
Don't
bad
they
guys.
break
They have
into
to be
farms?
dispatched when they're found on a
Yeah.
farm. Helen dispatches them. Didier Dogbar.
Yes.
Dogbar,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's good.
Steve Bull.
Lee Catamole.
Good.
Yes.
There's
Steve
two of
Bull.
them, cats and moles.
Oh, yeah. He's one.
Double barrel.
He's one. Helen, what's going on the farm, on the prison?
No, it's just a small holding, Tim. I've taken in two
So
turkeys
modest,
this
isn't
week.
she?
Take on
Do
two
what?
I've taken in 2 turkeys this week.
Just into the Christmas.
Have you told them? Have you told them that?
Oh. They were so excited for Christmas, weren't they?
The hood comes out. Oh, what are we having for Christmas lunch?
What's that thing stuck on the wall?
Oh.
Looks nice.
You are Christmas lunch. What sort of turkeys are they?
They're Norfolk Bronze.
Norfolk.
Why have you taken them on?
Oh, a friend of mine, Luke, who's got a small holding in Tunbridge, just outside Tunbridge, Wales. He was just downsizing a little. Did I want a turkey pair? Yes, please. I haven't had turkeys for a while.
Doesn't that come with like a huge amount of maintenance then? So you're just adding maintenance to your time and cash to feed them.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any follow-up questions, Tim? Or was that it?
I just wonder
Everything-
why
Everything
we
is maintenance.
She likes
You have-
animals.
Yeah, everything is maintenance. You have to do laundry and washing and cleaning, tidying your house and hoovering.
What animals have laundry?
Take the sheep's jacket off, give it a wash, put it back on.
Yeah, so I don't see it as chore. It is chores, but I don't see it like that. And the rewards, the other side. Look, turkeys are great. They're really great.
Yeah.
Do the other animals get jealous of new arrivals?
Oh, here they
Yeah.
come.
No.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
They're all banging on the bars like they do in this.
running a cup along
Ching,
them.
ching, ching, ching.
Dead man walking.
New fish, new fish, new fish.
That's brilliant. Joe, what have you been up to?
What have I been up to? I went up to Manchester to a gig at the weekend. It was very good. A band called W.H. Long.
W.H. Long. Describe the music to us.
Sort of electronic, sort of synth rock kind of music.
Quite hard to
really.
describe because you said you were doing it. You text me. I went and listened to it. It's good.
Yeah, they are good. They're really good.
Not commercial though,
Maybe not, but you know.
but a good band to see.
Yeah, they're great. I've seen them before. Yeah.
Oh, they're your band, are they? Are you like a
I
group?
wouldn't say that, but you know, I've seen them before.
That's good.
Yeah, they're-
W.H. Long.
Yeah, they're from Manchester.
Was that the only purpose of the visit to Manchester, to see them?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and catch up with a few mates.
So
Actually,
you're a big fan then? It's a long way from Oxford, isn't it?
Do you know what? That's a really good idea, isn't it? To actually do something when you hang out with your mates.
yeah, just we all caught up, and it was good. A few people I hadn't seen in a while, and you'll like this.
Yeah.
One of them had been to the Stockport game in the afternoon. Stockport played Wrexham, won, I think.
Yeah.
And there was a mysterious figure in the crowd, like looking quite shifty, dressed head to toe in black, very thin, very skinny, wearing a ski mask. In disguise.
A roadman.
Oh, it's getting cold in here.
Chilly,
He was there, Cole Palmer.
Cole Palmer, I know.
He was there, Stockport.
He also went to a McDonald's drive-in. That's how big he is.
Yeah.
That hit the papers. Cole Palmer's at a McDonald's drive-in. There you go.
What a man. What a human.
What a guy.
Yeah.
What did he have?
What a guy. They didn't say that. Robbie, you went to last week. You were setting off on your own because
Becky blew me out. Yeah.
Becky doesn't like you.
Again, she blew you out.
She lost her passport.
Oh, that old chestnut. Oh, lost the passport.
Just face.
Yeah,
come on.
She don't like you.
No, I trust her.
No, you got to face
She
it.
lost her passport.
Yeah.
Come on. The sooner you accept the better it'll be.
We've booked another trip.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good.
Next year.
Yeah.
So
what are you going to do then?
we're going to a pub where they take your shoes.
What?
In Belgium. Shall I tell you it near the time? Because
Yeah.
I need something to talk about in January.
Okay. Let's tell us about the biggest pub then. You went to Holland.
Yeah, it's quite bleak going on your own
Netherlands.
to a pub in a different country and travelling for a day to get there and back.
How big was it?
It's quite big, yeah.
Is the video out yet?
No, but also it's, in hindsight, if you're going to go to the world's biggest pub, go on like a Friday night or something, because there's lots of bits that are closed during the day on a midweek thing. So I didn't really get to fully appreciate the bigness, but still well worth watching the video though.
So,
Right.
So, question: Is it that big that there are subsections?
Ooh.
Yeah, so it's basically several buildings that have been combined into one big thing, but they're all like old Dutch buildings on this square in Groningen. And there's different levels of it. So there's like a sports bar section. There's different bits that have different music and stuff like that. There's an area that people were sort of like working in with a drink, like on their laptops and stuff. There was more loungy bits, more pubby bits.
Right.
It was good. It was a nice pub.
Worth us going? Should we?
I think
make
it'd
a
be
trip?
brilliant to go to in the summer because there's a huge outside area as well. So yeah, go on a Friday in the summer, and I think you'd have a great time.
I love your YouTube channel and the ideas you come up with.
Thank you very much.
Where does the inspiration come from?
Head,
Just
brain,
yeah.
And also you look at other things that you've done and think that did well.
Yeah.
What can I do? It's a little bit different. You know, you're in the trade.
Robbie's just uber smart.
Yeah.
Isn't he?
I'm
He's
also-
uber smart.
I am-
Is he influencing?
I am reaping the benefits of influencing now.
go on.
Like you might remember, I got to go to the National Cat Awards.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or something else has happened.
Oh.
I got invited to the press night
Yes.
for Norwich Winter Wonderland.
Yes.
Oh, well done.
So I get to go there before everyone else.
That's
Yeah.
big.
Go on some rides.
Yeah.
Video?
You're not.
I think they'll get some stories. They might get a reel out of it.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
No,
What have you done,
good
Tim?
Good influence.
What have you-
Tim, what have you been up to, mate?
Thank you for asking
No
me.
worries.
I've got something that is absolutely brilliant. It's got nothing to do with showbiz, nothing to do with football, nothing to do with influencing or golf or anything, or farms or prisons. What it has to do with is lunch. Sunday lunch. I went for Sunday lunch on Sunday, and I went to the pub with the guys from Sunday Brunch. We all went together.
Sunday brunch, doing Sunday lunch.
Sunday brunch,
Having a
doing
munch.
Sunday lunch. Sat down.
That's like a lock-in, isn't it?
Yeah. Sounds like one of my raps.
I'm just so excited to know what you think about that. I sat down, looked at the menu. There was only one thing on the menu. There was a few different starters, a few different desserts, but there was only one thing to eat, and that was roast beef. And I went, that is brilliant. Every table had roast beef, and they just delivered it to the table. So you sit down, and then they go, what do you want? Do you want to start with anything? We all said no. And then a few minutes later, it's like a military operation. They come, they carve the beef, and it arrives at your table. Beautiful pink beef, and then they have the Yorkshires and everything else. About 6 people arrive at your table. They said they do 500 portions on a Sunday of roast beef. Wow. But how amazing! If you're a vegetarian and you don't eat things with faces like Helen, they can do a risotto for you. But
No, I don't want a risotto. Oh, this drives me mad. Roast dinner. The only thing on the plate that I can't eat
Is the meat.
Obviously, is the meat. I mean, obviously they make the gravy usually with meat juices, but it drives me mad when I've been you walk in somewhere and all you can smell is roast dinner, and then they go, here's your risotto.
well, that's what.
Honestly, I throw it round the room.
So Lucy, who was with Lucy was with us, did exactly what you want to do, and so she just gave her meat to Paddy, and then just ate all the vegetables. But it was absolutely delicious, and I think it's such a great idea for your restaurant out there. Just offer one option. It's so brilliant. Sitting down, one option really well done is fantastic.
Have you been to? I think in Richmond. I think it might be called El Bocco Vino.
No.
Something. It's a restaurant there. I don't know if it's still there. I went years ago, but there's no menu. You just go in and they go, how much do you want to spend on wine? And you go like, 30 quid a bottle, whatever it is you want to do.
We'll check it out.
Influencer.
I said, have you got anything?
Are you a billionaire? Are you?
You've got
You're a billionaire.
anything in the $2.99 section. So you do that, and then they just bring you loads of different food without any telling you what it is in advance, and they just bring you wine at your price point. It's brilliant.
Yeah. He's changed, isn't he? Who wants to do an item? It's a brand new item.
Yes, please. You are buzzing about this as well, aren't you?
I am.
I've got high hopes.
I am. Do you remember last week we had Peter Selby on? He was a descriptive commentator.
Oh, yeah.
For people with impaired eyesight. I contacted him this week and said, could you describe a goal for us? And then we will guess what the goal is.
That's an excellent idea.
Really good.
I really like that.
He said, leave it with me. I'll do it. And he's done one. I guessed it yesterday, but it's brilliant because you visualise it. This is honestly, I love it. So can I ask you all though, so the listener at home can join us, can you not shout out the answer?
Mm-hmm. Should we write it down what we think
if you've got a pen and paper, you can write it down.
I'll just think it in my head.
Yeah. Okay, just
save on the pencil lead.
Yeah, save on the pencil. So
do we have to close our eyes?
If you want to close your eyes, it might help. But I think you'll all get this. But it is brilliant. Okay, so let's play it now. Are you all ready? Yep.
Yes.
Okay, let's play now.
The midfielder runs over the halfway line, left side of the centre circle, to the centre of the opposition half. They can't live with his pace and they push him from behind, and it's going to be a free kick midway point of the opposition half, dead centre, and the fouled midfielder will get to his feet and take this free kick. There's two men in the wall. Line of defence and attack on the edge of the penalty area. A long run up, and it's going to be taken right-footed, this free kick. Central position of the opposition half. It's clipped high to the far right corner of the 6-yard box. The attacker lets the ball dip over his right shoulder and then scores right-footed with a volley into the top left corner and scores a wonderful goal. He runs to the right side of the penalty area and he's mobbed by all of his teammates. It was a free kick from the centre point of the opposition half. Right-footed, clipped high over the line of defence and attack, and one of the attackers ran forward to the right corner of the 6-yard box. The ball came over his right shoulder and then a first time right-footed volley high into the top left corner of the net past the goalkeeper. He's mobbed by his teammates. It's a sensational goal.
That is absolutely brilliant, is it? Don't say it yet. Don't say it yet.
Knew it.
Did you know
the moment he got fouled?
Well, did you? Interestingly, Tubes' hand went up early and then it came down.
Yeah.
Robbie, do you know what it is?
No, I don't know what it is.
You don't know what it is?
No.
I actually did get it. I would be admit if I didn't. Helen, did you get it?
I'm not sure. I'm not confident to say it out loud.
Okay,
It's
well,
horribly wrong.
Well, Joe is confident, so hopefully everybody listening has had their guess.
Right,
Joe,
write it
what do you
down.
think it is?
David Platt, Belgium. Italian, ain't he?
Exactly right. Yeah, it is. Well done. Well done. Ball coming over the shoulder,
Gaza.
takes it. Yeah.
Tim, can I just say that is a fantastic new item?
Can we do
by the
that?
way?
Can we do that again?
Yeah.
Can you do it again?
Like, as in, can we do it every week?
That's a brilliant
well,
item.
We can if Peter wants to do it every week. But Peter Selby is the commentator. He commentates. He did the World
That
Cup
was
final,
brilliant.
didn't he?
Yeah.
Really like that.
So what was great?
It was so good you didn't get it.
No, but I felt like I was at the game.
What?
Isn't it?
Did you close your eyes?
Yeah, I closed my eyes.
Yeah, it was good.
What's great about that? I looked around and all four of you had your eyes closed, just imagining it. I really enjoyed that. Thanks,
When Peter was explaining it last week, I was thinking, okay, right, that's good that you're doing that, but I didn't get how good it would be. But like I felt you can sort of know exactly what's going on when he's saying you have to explain everything. And I like that he did the replay.
Yeah, he does it.
He does a replay himself.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I've heard the second one as well. So he's already done one, and it took me a little bit longer to guess, but I got it in the end because of one thing.
Are we doing that next week?
Yeah, we'll do it next week.
Yeah. What are we going to call the item?
Guess the goal.
Guess the goal.
Guess the goal.
In association with Peter Selby.
In association with Peter Selby.
Maybe we put his name in it somehow.
Peter Selby's
Selby sells.
We'll think about it. We'll come to it. Anyway, we've got lots of questions coming in from our readers. Dan's House of Music. Which Premier League player do you guys think was criminally underrated? PokéMac says, if Soccer AM was on for one last show, who'd be the dream 3 or 4 guests? And someone who says this, Robbie, just watched a part of Soccer AM. of Robbie learning to ride a bike. Is it true? Yes, he can ride a bike. Don't answer it now. We will answer those questions on Friday in the Q&Q, and we have a special quiz element to the quiz on Friday. Should we say what it is? Should we say what we're going to do?
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, we've got rugby. We've got some rugby legends coming on.
Egg chasing.
Egg chasing.
We used to call it peanut hugging, didn't we?
No, Helen invented egg chasing.
Yeah.
That's where I got it from.
Peanut hugging is brilliant.
Today, that's on Friday.
Yeah.
Today is K. So, Helen, have you got some Ks from our listeners?
Do you know there are loads of fan Ks? You might think it was quite an awkward letter, but not at all. So many people came in with Georgie King-Cladsey.
Yeah.
And loads of other people came in.
Is he the one who stood on the ball?
No, that's Chelsea.
Oh, yeah.
Also okay.
Also okay. Loads of other people just said King Kenny, of course, Kenny Dalglish. Peter Noyce said, K is for knowing that Tim will not win the Ks.
Good.
Yeah, it's not going well for me, is it? I never seem to get the break I need.
Well, you've got to be better then, haven't you?
Yeah, I'll try this week.
Have you got your stat chart this week, Tim?
Yeah.
Have you got Kettering Town in it for your K?
Yeah. No, that's in the quiz.
Ah, well, and then I've got a K that somebody submitted that maybe should have come to your stat chart. Kettering Town, Trav Hillier, Kettering Town, most goals scored in FA Cup history. Okay. Now, I didn't bother to look this up at all because I thought it would just really wind people up if that's not true.
How can it be true?
I don't know.
Because they'll play all the earlier rounds.
Yeah, they'll play.
Your big teams like Arsenal and what, they only play from the third round onwards. They only play, 7 games or something?
You know what I feel like? Some stat chat. Ooh. Joe, you'll have to tell me whether these are stats or facts. Right, Paul Kenyon says Noel Whelan is the only player with all the letters of Halloween in his name to make it into to make a Premier League appearance on October the 31st, doing so in 1998 for Coventry.
That's good.
Is that a stat or a fact?
That's amazing. I reckon that's a fact.
I'd say fact.
The legend that is Peter Selby. Do you know him?
Yeah.
Greatest commentator ever. Man City have started as the favourites for the last 284 Premier League matches since the April the 5th, 2017 versus Chelsea. And Richard Young in the 2001-2002 season, this is brilliant. Tony Cottee played in the top 4 leagues in England. He played twice for Leicester in the Premier League, 7 times for Norwich in the Championship, 16 times for Barnet in League 2 and twice for Millwall in League 1. That is Stat Chat. Back to your K's, Helen.
Hastings 43 brought a hat-trick of K's. Ronald Koeman, Oliver Kahn and Kenneth Wolstenholme. Yeah, I like those. Gary McPhee says Dimitri Karine with his tracky bombs.
Yeah,
his tracky bombs. That's great, yeah.
Who was the Palace goalie who wore tracky bombs? Was he Bulgarian? Gabor Kirali.
Yes.
Got it.
They were
that was a K?
With a K, yeah.
Yeah,
as well.
They were like grey, like baggy, weren't they? They didn't look very
Seen
comfortable. At least
bad
Dimitri
days. Neither
Karine
of them
they're quite tight, yeah.
P. Emmett says K has got to be a kickabout with your mates.
Great one, that.
Love that. Yeah, that's good.
World Cup doubles and singles. Do you remember that?
Wembley doubles.
Yeah, World Cup, yeah.
You'd either play
There are the
singles,
games.
yeah.
There are the games. We
playground
play.
games,
Yeah,
amazing.
playgrounds.
60 seconds.
60 seconds. Curveball.
Someone's obviously just plugging their business here because Candec Decorators
Nice.
submitted Kevin Keegan's rant. Brilliant.
Yeah, it's classic.
Yeah. And Dan says Roy Keane. That's it. That's it for K's. Put a full stop after that.
Just before, that's good. Just before we get on to our K's, Insta Jones says the football scene out of Kes the movie. I'll be Bobby Charlton.
Gasper.
Yeah, that's brilliant. That's really good. Right, who's? Oh, Robbie's got the crown on.
K for King.
Did you win last week?
Well, I wouldn't be wearing the crown if I didn't, Tim.
Okay. What did you win with?
Jobs, footballers' jobs.
Oh Christ, yeah, that was great.
Thank you. Didn't expect that sentence to go that way, but thank you.
What have you got today? I bet it's brilliant, isn't it?
I don't think it's bad. Let me take you back in history.
Oh, here we go.
To the 25th of January, 1995.
Yes.
when there was football's most famous karate kick. Eric Cantona.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
We can all visualise that. We should get Peter Selby to voice that for us. And then
Can we? Can we just make him do loads of stuff now? Is that how it works? You come on once, you're kind of hooked. Cantona sent off. Go on.
I remember his name. I still remember the guy's name.
I said, Eric Cantona.
What is it, Helen?
What is it?
Matthew Simmons.
Matthew
Correct.
Simmons.
Correct.
Yeah.
So Cantona was sent off for a foul on Richard Shaw. Clive Tilsley said at the time, "There's the morning headlines," which turned out not to be the morning headlines because of what happened afterwards. Fan Matthew Simmons ran to the front of the stand and suggested that Eric Cantona should return to France, in different words. So Eric Cantona then kicked him. Didn't go down well. Alex Ferguson didn't know what had happened. He'd been rearranging the team and thought that Cantona had just been dragged into the crowd. And a lot of the people in the ground didn't know what had happened either. You don't see it. You don't know. Initially, once the next morning, Ferguson watched it at like 5 a.m. They were going to sack Eric Cantona.
Who were? United?
Yep. Right. But then the lawyers told them they shouldn't do it because it could prejudice legal stuff.
Yeah.
And then everyone chilled out a little bit. They didn't. They I think they suspended him like 3 days later or something. Cantona was sentenced to prison for 2 weeks, but it got overturned on appeal. Did community service instead. Got banned for 8 months.
Yeah. What was it? The fine was... how much was the fine? 300,000 or something?
30,000.
30,000.
And of course, the famous seagull quote.
Yeah,
is that when he did that?
Yeah, that was when he. At
I
the end
remember
of
watching it, and I just remember feeling so shocked.
Yeah, it was mad.
I'd never seen anything like that before, and it was. You think you've seen everything. You think you've seen everything in football, and then that happened. I was like, wow, that's shocking.
It's one of those sort of JFK moments, isn't it? Everyone knows where they were the moment it happened.
Yeah, it was just amazing.
I think it helped that Matthew Simmons didn't seem to be a legend in that at the afterwards. He claimed during his trial in May 1996, because he was on trial as well, that he'd shouted, "Off, off, off! It's an early bath for you, Mr. Cantona."
Mr. Cantona.
Mr. Cantona.
which was disputed. At Croydon Magistrates Court, Simmons was handed a £500 fine for abusive behaviour and also received a year-long stadium ban. Following the verdict, the 21-year-old Simmons launched himself over the bench at Cantona's lawyer, kicking and grabbing the prosecutor.
Didn't know that.
It was the prosecutor's final case before retirement, like in some kind of cop movie. And then he was dragged away and got a 2-week jail term later on. Oh no, sorry,
there you go.
Mixed up my things there.
No, that was Cantona who got that, wasn't it? Yeah.
No, he was. Sorry, he was jailed for a week for the attack.
Yeah, I remember being behind the scenes at Chelsea in the, round by where everyone has their cup of tea and something, and one of the fans goes, "Watch me the second half." I think Gaz was playing for Borough at the time. "Watch me, he's going to take free kicks. Corners. I'm going to go and give him some shit like that." And he says, so he runs down, he starts doing, "Gaz, I'm here, fat this, fat that." And Gaz had brilliantly turned round and put his hand out. The guy shook his hand and he ran back going, "Yeah, legend."
Mad.
And I just thought, Gaz is so good for doing that. Absolutely, yeah. Especially the guy who'd called it before there.
The thing about that Cantona thing that I've always wondered is his decision to 2-foot him. If he'd made the decision instead to have just punched him square in the face, whether anything would have been different. The decision to take him out with a kick rather than a punch.
Did he follow up with a punch as well? I think he did.
I think he went. I think he did both.
He did both. Had best of both worlds.
He went full UFC on him. Yeah. But there was a hoarding, and he actually did a 2-foot kick over.
It was
the
impressive. It was impressive execution.
That's very good. What should we do? Should we work our way around the room this week? Should we go Joe next? You never go early.
Anti-clockwise.
Come on.
It's a simple one this week. My K is Cammy.
He's won. He's only gone and what?
Well done.
You got to win.
Give him the crown.
I'll leave it there then. Pass me the crown.
You got to win with that.
There we go.
I think Helen and me should discuss this quickly because I think Helen's memory is much better than mine. But I just seem to remember that we'd started doing 2 ways, and we'd used a few people, and then one day Cammy came on the screen, and he just raised the bar of it.
It was brilliant.
The personality just came across, and go on.
It's like all those sort of all or nothings and whatnot. that you get these days at City and Tottenham and everywhere. Cammy was just knocking those walls down, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Years ago, just going knocking on doors and whatnot and charming everyone and just like looking indoors. Ooh, what's in here then?
Just rolling into change rooms, wasn't it?
He didn't care. Just like, oh, and then he'd just laugh it off.
And he'd do things like swap the shirts around, wouldn't he? And then he would go, I'm not allowed in here because it's got the team, all the shirts lined up in the team order. Then he'd go in.
And all the clubs bought into it because it was Cammy and everyone liked him. He could get away with it. He was living proof that a bit of down-to-earth charm and likability opens doors for you.
Yeah.
And if they don't open doors for you, you can just do it yourself.
Yeah. But he's also a great entertainer, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He's got what do they call it? The gift of the gab or whatever. So when he speaks, everyone listens. He's funny. He's charming. I mean, there was the bit that on the show, I hate to say it, that a lot of people look forward to when, we were going to Cammy rather than bloody Topless Weather and Tim and Helen banging on. It was like Cammy's about to arrive. He's so good. Helen?
I'm going to go right back to the start though, because obviously, Tim, you're in TV land and you said Cammy used to do the two ways for us. We really ought to explain what a two-way was. It was when we used to cross live to Chris Kamara at the ground that was the early kickoff. So Chris Kamara would be there because he'd be working on it. So we'd just catch up with him a couple of hours before kickoff. So again, all the doors would be unlocked and open, but there was no one around. So Cammy just used to get his cameraman, and we never used to give him production.
Yeah.
We'd just say, Chris, we're going to come to you at 10:30. And he would say, okay, leave it to me. And we would just say, Chris Kamara is at wherever he was that day, and he would just wander about, but he'd always have a little gag for us.
Yeah. That's the thing. I think we really that's the thing I forgot. As a producer, we didn't write anything for him. We just threw to him, and it was just as exciting for Helen and myself as it was for the viewers.
Harry Redknapp in the Racing Post.
It was, it was all there. Right, guys. Should we have a special guest now?
Yes, please.
We've got a genuine superstar, I'd say, from SAS Who Dares Wins. He's such a lovely bloke. He's going to talk to us all about football and the forces. It is, of course, Jason Fox. Hey, Jason, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
Good.
How are you?
We're really well. I was watching you on your social media this week, by the way. I've got to talk about this first. You were at the rugby and you were in between Andrew Ridgeley from Wham and Simon Le Bon from Duran Duran, celebrating the 80s.
Was he keeping them apart?
He was, yeah. They were trying to have a fight. No, it was just. I mean, what happened there? How did you end up in between those two?
You know what? I had tickets to go, so I went and I was basically doing some stuff in. They've got a thing called the green room where you turn up and you do a bit of chatting and stuff. And I didn't know I was on a table with those two. And they turned up, and I was like, no way, because obviously I like the 80s. Anyway, we end up going when we go to watch the game. I'm sat next to Simon Le Bon, and he starts when they do the national anthems. He starts banging out the. Obviously our national anthem, and it was awesome. I was like, no way, he actually can sing.
He's made a career out of it.
He was giving it proper Pavarotti sort of vibes. I was like, no way.
When you're on tour with the lads, do you actually listen to music? Is there music around the camps or when you go out? How does that happen?
Well, you have it on your, like I used to, when you used to be sat on the back of helicopters flying in to do work, and I'd have, back in the day, I used to have a little iPod shuffle. Do you remember them?
Yeah.
You used to music on before the phone was invented. But anyway, used to have like a playlist of stuff. And
what were you listening to?
Oh, anything. Duran Duran, Kylie, Metallica.
God, that's like being in a movie, isn't it?
Yeah.
And obviously we're doing a football podcast. Tell us about your. How were you? You're an Arsenal fan. How were you able to keep abreast of what was going on when you're out in the Middle East, or did you?
We didn't in the beginning. Like when before the infrastructure sort of took hold in places that we used to go off to, it was pretty difficult. You used to every now and again get on the satellite phone to home and find out what was going on. Then it developed a little bit, and I can remember sometimes you'd just about get to watch a game, and it would be. I remember the first game I watched away was the first one I remember watching was Liverpool against Luton at Luton, Gerrard was playing. The one thing I remember about it was the so we're in the middle of the mountains in Afghanistan. We're all huddled around this set, and it was when the ball went into the crowd and Gerrard went to get it, and the kid basically sort of like did that and didn't give him the ball back. They were obviously getting absolutely pumped, but that was the first game I remember. Then after that, we started to get to watch games like a reasonable amount. We used to sort of like have people that knew what they were doing, so they could tap into whatever broadcaster was showing it.
Jason, one thing that I want to ask you is obviously a massive part of being SBS or SAS is being anonymous. Okay, a friend of mine who was in the army, she said I could always tell the SAS, SBS guys, if I went to a military wedding, because everybody is clean shaven, neat and tidy, there'd be a guy in the corner with long hair and a big beard pretending to be a plumber. She'd say, that's SAS, that's SBS. What I want to know is how weird is it now being completely on the flip side, famous? Everybody knows you.
I don't think, it is weird, yeah. It wasn't, I mean, I never planned this. It just sort of happened by accident, and I fought against doing it to a certain degree. I was wrestling with it, even the opportunity, but then I sort of did it in the end, and it's been all right. But it was bonkers to begin with.
For anyone who's interested, by the way, Jason's book is fantastic. It really is a great read. What's it called again, Jason?
The first one's Battle Scars, which is the one about me. Yeah, the Battle Scars one is absolutely brilliant. It's really worth reading because he talks a lot about mentally what it's like to do his job as well. It's fantastic. I can't recommend it enough. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Back to the football, though. Did you lot ever play football when you were out on tour? Yeah, so we like further on in the sort of like campaigns, we lived in a place called Kandahar, which was like an enormous like a town. You know, it was an run by the Americans, an air base. Apparently there was like 30,000 troops based there. And whenever we were not going out working, we used to work at night. There was like a sort of five-a-side football pitch that was undercover. It was under a sort, we called it a case band, but it was like Wrigley tin. So it was like a hut. And we used to love going there and playing five-a-side, and it was a mixed array of skills, abilities. But then you used to like go there. You'd be absolutely drenched in sweat because most of the time it was in the around the summertime, which was obviously red hot out there. But we ended up getting told we weren't allowed to continually play because blokes were getting injured.
Too dangerous.
Hobbling around the battlefield, having been hacked down by one of their supposedly good mates.
We did a lot about the forces on Soccer AM. We used to show them every week. Were the people in the forces aware of what we were doing?
Yeah, of course. We used to watch it all the time. Everyone everyone loved it. Everyone loved the show. It was brilliant.
Oh, that's fantastic.
But they'd all send photos in, wouldn't they?
Yeah, well, they were. Yeah, but I was just, it's just nice to hear that it did make an actual impact, because I suppose it gets quite lonely when you're out there. You might feel like the world. They start off by going, yeah, they're all going out there, and then I think maybe you think the world ignores you or forgets you. The country forgets you.
No, yes, well, you do feel a bit. It is, you're like removed, but I suppose like once we were able to start watching TV, like when you had like a bit of downtime, it was like the one thing that connected you with back home. So yeah, it was great to watch matches, but things like, it was always good to watch something light-hearted and funny, because that's what you want to watch. Like that show, honest to God, I'm thinking of a few lads now, we used to religiously, whenever we got the chance, watch it, because it was relief from just being where we were, which was, to be quite honest, it was hectic. It was hectic, stressful, petrifying at times, but you come back, watch a bit of Soccer AM, recharge just for the next battle.
I understand you're doing another challenge now. You with Aldo Kane, top bloke as well. You two are going out. There's 4 of you, isn't there? Going out and doing some mad challenge. What is the challenge you're doing?
So next March we're going out to Swedish Lapland, so up into the Arctic Circle, and it's basically a race, but it's like 503 kilometres, and you got to do it in 9 days, pulling a sled each. So we're in a team of 4. We're doing it for a charity, but the other lads, good lads. We'll see how we get on. We're all getting a bit older now, so I don't know. I feel like my joints will seize up in the cold weather, but we'll see.
Do you still enjoy doing it all?
Yeah, I love it. I love getting drunk and then being asked to do something like this, saying yes, and then waking up. What have I just done? Yeah. And then they send me like all the sort of like joining criteria and the forms and whatnot. Sorry, yeah.
You've got a tour before that, though, haven't you? Your tour starts in January next year. Tell us about that.
Well, that's me going around the UK. It's the 4th time I've done this one, so we're basically exhausting all the theatres around the UK. So I'm now visiting like the parish halls of England, Wales, and Scotland.
I've been to one of your. It's been so good.
You've been to?
I've been to watch Jason. do one of his shows. It is incredible.
Really,
it's so good.
Oh. Where did you go? Which one?
I think I went to. Did you do Guildford? Was it?
Oh mate, yeah. So the thing about Guildford, right, is it's obviously a well, you know, being in Surrey as well, it's a nice place, quite affluent, and I didn't know, but there'd been a bit of commotion whilst the show was going on. So it was on a Sunday, and there were some lads that obviously used it as a bit of an opportunity to go out together, have a bit of a day sesh, and there was a guy wandering around the sort of foyer area, sort of midway through I didn't know at the time, the talk, and he'd soiled his pants and lost his trousers and was wandering around. Absolutely banging.
Was that Tubes?
The spirit of things.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was mad. But that was Guildford.
Listen, thanks for joining us. Maybe you could take the 4 of us out, or Helen, if she wants to join as well. Take us all out for a what do you call it? Like a march, a walk, or whatever. It's called a yomp or something. What's it called?
It was a yomp, but we can call it a walk. Everybody will know what we're talking about.
Will you take us out for one of those, like a team bonding thing?
Yeah. Mate, I'd love to. Yeah.
All right, top man.
We could get the Surrey Hills.
Let's do it.
I'm going to soil myself.
Cheers, Jason. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks so much.
Top man.
Cheers.
Bye.
Yeah.
Yes.
Such a top bloke, isn't he, Jason?
Yeah, it's good.
So good.
We're all going to go on the yomp, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm in.
You are, though, right?
Yeah.
You are. Look at me in the eyes.
I'm in.
Okay.
I'm in.
Helen, what's your K?
Okay, my K this week is Kiddly.
Steak and kidney.
Don't you mean kidney?
That's what I said, didn't I?
Right, hold on. Okay. As in that terrible joke that I was forced to participate in every single week on Soccer AM. Okay, Tim, do you want to do the joke with me?
Yeah, do it.
All right, let's see how far. Okay, all right.
I've just had last night I had a steak.
No.
Oh.
What did you have for dinner last night, Tim?
Oh, I had a steak and kidney pie.
I see you're wrong already.
Oh.
Your answer is a pie.
Oh, a pie.
This is what you made me do.
Oh, okay.
What did you have for dinner last night, Tim?
Oh, a pie.
Oh, that sounds nice. What kind of pie did you have, Tim?
I had a steak and kidney pie.
Oh, lovely. Wait, steak and kidney?
Yes. Never went on this long.
It feels like
It bloody did.
No.
Tim, you've forgotten the punchline. Oh wait, steak and kidney.
That's what I said, did I? But I thought you came back and said steak and kidney, and I go, that's what I said, did I?
Yeah.
That's the gag.
Yeah, you said, don't you mean steak and kidney?
Yeah, and I say that's what I said, did I?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I got the last bit wrong.
Bit rusty.
Do you know what? Just to quickly interrupt you there, one of the other jokes we used to do all the time is, I work in a pizza restaurant. Oh, do you deliver? And they go, yeah, and I can deliver. And I said, no, do you do liver? I've tried that joke on Sunday brunch. That's the show I do on Sunday mornings joke. But I've tried that joke and no one ever laughs.
You said deliver about 10 times during the show today, and I've kept thinking, should I do the deliver joke now? Yeah.
It's just chicken and pork, isn't it?
Yeah, just chicken and pork.
That was it. Yeah. No, did you deliver? No, just chicken and pork. That's it. It was the other way around. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't remember it being on a pizza though.
People would say no.
Say pizza.
It could be anything that was being delivered.
Yeah, anything was just being delivered. I said, you deliver,
Yeah.
and they say no, just chicken and pork. That was it. Yeah, and I tried with Simon so many times, but we just kept getting it slightly wrong. The Sebastian Coe, but we weren't doing that. We were doing Alfie Boe, BOE. No, what's it?
OBE.
OBE.
No,
OBE.
BOE.
Yeah, no.
BOE.
We said
We'll have all this nailed. Right?
by the time we go live on Saturday, we've got this now.
Wow. Wow.
I remember that. All right.
We've murdered every joke.
Yeah, we're rusty. We're rusty.
But
Thank God they took us off telly.
I remember my face when you first on the Friday when you told me the joke. You said, "Okay, here's the joke," and you went through it. And you said, "So steak kidney." Oh, steak and kidney. That's what I said, did I? And I was like, "Okay, I've got to do this on the show." So we did it on the show, and it felt sticky and eggy and weird, and and then it turned up in the script the following week, and then the week after that. And the week after that, and the week after that, and the week after that. And it got to the stage where as soon as I'd pause and say, "Hey, Tim, I was wondering, what did you have?" the crew would start shouting, "No! No!" There'd be half a dozen people screaming, "Don't, please, God, no, make it stop, no," which then made the whole thing longer. And it used to take about 3 or 4 minutes to execute that joke come the end. That's my K, Kiddly.
That's good.
That's good, yeah.
And the clocks went back a couple of weeks ago, didn't they?
Yeah.
That was another one we always used to
like
do.
a chocolate?
Would you like a chocolate?
Tubes, where are you at?
Right, I don't think Cammy's going to be beaten, but I'm going to go for The Cop.
Good.
Because I love football fans. I love football fans' chants. And I don't think there's anything better than seeing The Cop and the rest of Anfield singing "You'll Never Walk Alone."
Now,
I just think it's a magical thing.
Are you talking, before we go back to that, are you talking about the Liverpool Cop? Because there are other cops, aren't there?
Other cops are available.
Other cops are available.
Right, so I didn't actually know that.
Right, so
So
where are the other
Sheffield
cops?
Wednesday have got a cop.
yeah.
Wednesday have got one, yeah.
Sheffield United maybe have got one.
Don't know.
I think the first ever cop was, I remember researching this once, was Arsenal had a cop.
Doesn't it mean hell?
It's when the forces.
What's the language?
It's when the
Afrikaans.
when the forces came back from South Africa or something, and they used to be in the cop, and then they used to stand together and call it the cop. I think so. Oh,
Yeah.
Robbie's looking
I've
up.
got
He's doing
facts.
some
I can
research.
fact you up if you want.
Yes,
Go on.
please.
Spine cop is a
spine
colloquial term for a number of single-tier terraces and stands at sports stadiums, particularly in the United Kingdom. The steep nature resembles the Spine Cop, a hill near Ladysmith, South Africa, which is the scene of the Battle of Spine Cop in January 1900 during the Second Boer War.
Oh, there you go. Fact.
And that also makes me think about the legendary banner the Liverpool fans did for you, Tim.
I dare you.
They've done two.
Dare you.
They've done two.
Can we say it on here?
I don't know.
Tim Lovejoy sucks big fat.
That.
Yeah.
Yeah. Male hens.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they also Lovejoy is bell and then finish it off. Yeah, they did that as well as a thing. Yeah.
When you saw that, were you just like, yes, I've made it?
I thought it was the best thing ever because you actually, I just loved it. It was so funny.
Someone's gone to the trouble of actually making
to
that.
hate me.
It's on the kitchen table in the morning. Lovejoy.
Yeah.
to throw me shade, and it was well made flag as well.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Craftsman.
So it was, yeah. The Cop is an amazing. Have you ever seen footage of the Cop back in the 70s and 80s?
Yeah.
Well, before they put all the barriers
I
in.
went.
The swaying.
Yeah.
You went there, Helen. What was it like?
I went. My mum took me. I was 12, and it was incredible. It was amazing because then there weren't that many women, and there was, my mum and me being a little girl, and we were really well looked after. All the Scousers around us, and the funny thing is when they'd swear, they'd be hollering at the referee and stick in like a really big swear word, and then they'd say to me, "Mum, oh, sorry love," and my mum ended up saying, "Look, it's fine, it's football." And yeah, again, the the swaying of the crowd when the goals were scored and stuff. It is incredible. I honestly thought it was the eighth wonder of the world when we got there, walked up the steps and just saw the pitch and the lights and everything. It was beautiful.
I went as a kid before it was all seated. It was brilliant.
I'm lucky enough to have been travelling to football stadiums in the 80s and Old Trafford, amazing in the 80s. Villa Park was incredible as well. Anfield. You're right there, Joe.
Yeah, 30 years.
You've got to love modern stadiums. And when they all became all seater, the sport was sort of reinvented a bit, and it's been brilliant for that since the Taylor Report and all that sort of stuff. But some of those old stadiums, I think,
magical back in the day. The atmosphere.
Upton Park was just. I mean, it was just. So intimidating God, the players. I don't know how they managed
the chicken run.
It was really fun. I went to White Hart Lane as well. Nightmare to go to White Hart Lane. All those great big. I went to them all. So it's on to me, my K. I'm feeling confident this week. I don't seem to have won a week yet. Right, K for kits. Possibly after the players and the ball, the most important thing. Yeah, we all love a kit. How important are kits, you ask?
Can't play with nothing on, can they?
Very important. You can, skins. But the answer is very, very important.
Nothing on.
Everyone loves their kit. Everyone remembers their first kit. Mine was an England one that my mum and dad bought me for 1982, the Kevin Keegan one, the Umbro one. Admiral.
82, Admiral.
Yeah, Admiral one. And that was beautiful. And Admiral, a sportswear brand, created the first ever replica football kits in the year 73-74. There you go. And they created kits for Leeds United and the English national team. Admiral replica shirts were expensive. Everyone's always moaned about the price of kits, by the way. One reviewer calling them exorbitantly priced at £5 each, which is equivalent to £51.95 today. I was watching a BBC report the other day from 1978. The whole Liverpool strip, this is when it went a bit mad in the late 70s, £6.50. United away, £10.30. Southampton home, £11.70. People were complaining. Yes, people were complaining. But now I've got you a list of most bought shirts in Europe from last season, because I haven't done this season yet. The season's not completed. Don't know if you're aware, but it carries on until everyone's played each other twice.
It's mad if it's true.
And then some cup games as well. So what is the most bought shirt? Do you want to play this as a game, or shall I just read it?
Is it European clubs or...
European clubs.
Around the world?
European clubs.
Real Madrid.
Right. Yeah, Real Madrid.
Well, you're wrong. At 10...
Barcelona.
Ooh.
At 10, it's Spurs.
Yeah.
At 9, it's Juve. At 8, it's Chelsea. At 7, it's Arsenal. At 6, it's PSG. By the way, I'm going to say this is data via WAFA's European Club Finance Investment Landscape Report for the 2023 financial year.
I've read that. I should know that.
So 7 is Arsenal, 6 is PSG. That's quite high for them. 5 is United. 4 is Liverpool. 3 is Bayern Munich. 2 is Real Madrid, and 1 is Barcelona. 153 million quid is how much they're earning out of kit sales, which doesn't sound like a lot of money to me. Does it to you? 153 million? I mean, it is, but not
when
in
they
football.
cost about 80 quid a go.
Yeah.
Probably not that much. Really.
And you'd be glad to know that every one of those kits is either Nike or Adidas, and they share it 5 each. So they've got 5 each there. Nike being Barcelona is number 1, Real Madrid and Bayern Munich, Adidas 2 and 3. But I want to go on just to quickly say, to finish, because we love talking about kits, don't we? It's the most important part. As a fan, you love looking at the kits every year when they come out. It's exciting. The Chelsea kit this year is absolutely terrible. We're solid blue, not all that squiggly.
It looks good on Cole Palmer, though.
Oh, it does, yeah, you're right there. I stand corrected.
Yeah.
You've got that weird shiny badge thing, haven't you, as well?
Yeah, but international kits are the best. And if I just say a colour of a kit, you would tell me what it is. Orange. And then you would know. You would
Luton.
go Luton. No, you would go Holland.
Blackpool.
Yeah, Holland, right? So there's been 2 shirts that have been banned. The Cameroon sleeveless shirt in 2002. Do you remember
the
that?
all-in-one thing?
That is 2004. Cameroon have had 2 kits banned, both by Puma, both trying to get
the
a bit
bad
of
boys of
publicity.
kits.
And then what I thought I would do just to finish this, so the lovely listener can join in at home and work out. I love international kits. I couldn't be seen dead in a Liverpool Man United did actually. I did play in an Arsenal kit once at a tournament. But, you know, I wouldn't want to wear those. But international kits, not so bad, right? So I've done my top 3, apart from England, international kits that I would like to wear, done on how beautiful I think they are. In third place is Uruguay. I love that sky blue, black shorts, black socks. Number 2, Argentina. That is a classic kit, isn't it? Even though they're the enemy. Blue and white stripes, black shorts, white socks. Beautiful. Number 1. What's the number 1? Brazil. Yellow and green shirt, blue shorts, white socks. The best kit if you're not going to buy an England kit. I thank you. That's strong, right?
Quite South American heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what other kit are you going to go for then? Better than those 3?
No, I think they're good, but
what's better than those 3? Answer me that. Riddle me that.
What was the one
the Crystal Palace
you
one
used
with
to turn up in on a Saturday morning? Was it Ecuador away?
Yeah, an Ecuador away shirt. Someone bought me it.
Yeah, that was a good shirt.
Yeah.
Kits are great though, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well,
they're really popular with the youth now, like collecting kits.
Yeah.
Really into it.
It's big business, isn't it?
Big business.
Retro shirts.
Yeah.
Massive business.
I had a kit incident with Terry Venables once.
What's that?
I was working with Terry. I cannot remember why we were both hired to promote or plug something within football. All I remember is I was in a shopping trolley with lots of football kits all hanging out of it, and Terry Venables didn't know me from Adam. And he said, "So you're a football fan then?" I said, "Yeah." And he pointed to this generic red and black striped kit. And he said, "Okay, whose kit does that represent then?" And I sort of puffed myself up, sniffed hard and went, "Think you'll find that's AFC Bournemouth." And he said, "Well, I was thinking AC Milan, but go on, I'll give you that."
Your kit's horrible, isn't it, Torquay?
Hang on. They play in yellow tops and blue shorts, like Brazil.
Yeah, but they haven't got the green. They haven't got the green
Yeah.
trim on it, and it's not Brazil, is it? You don't think of Falcao when the Torquay turn. They've got the Star Wars badge on it as well. So Star Wars logo, Star Trek logo. That's it.
Nanu.
Do you love that? Because the Chelsea kit's the best, isn't it? With all blue with the white socks.
There are some, but you've had splashes of yellow on Chelsea kits before as well. Chelsea and Torquay kits are not that far apart. Yeah,
Yeah, you are a bit of
I
a
didn't
Torquay
know.
tribute club.
Okay, so that's it. Whilst Helen makes her mind up who's won, probably me. Even though they're very strong this week, very, very strong. Helen, what WWF? What's wrong with football?
Mark Smith says when a goalkeeper feigns injury, so the ref has to stop play, but it's like a timeout because goalkeepers can't be made to leave the field of play.
Make them leave. Make them leave.
Yeah, why? That's nonsense.
Prison sentence.
Yeah.
Prison sentence. Community service.
Definitely.
When they just fall to the floor, they catch the ball and they just fall to the
Yeah.
floor and lie down.
Yeah. Don't
that's
like it.
frustrating.
Don't like
isn't
it.
That is frustrating.
That is what's wrong with football. Mark Latham says Newcastle away on a Monday night.
Yes.
Yeah.
When I used to
That's just unfortunate, isn't it?
When I used to do 606 on 5 Live, when I presented that for a while, I always used to love it when I was talking to teams and they'd had to go up to Newcastle, Spurs or something, and they'd be like, "Oh, I love Joy," whatever, and then I'd go, how much longer have you got? They're like, "Oh, another 4 hours in the car or something." You know, and it's a midweek kickoff. It's like, Jesus, that is commitment to your club, isn't it?
Don't they all fly now?
What?
Not the fans.
Premier
No,
League
not the
team.
fans.
fans.
God,
no,
I
they're
get with
Premier
his
League.
expensive wine.
What,
You are
don't
such an
they just take
£quid on a bottle.
Don't they just take their helicopters?
You're such an influencer.
I thought they about players.
Influencing.
See, I think Newcastle away on a Monday night is luxury. Try being a Torquay United fan playing Carlisle on a Tuesday night. Not even on the telly, nothing. There was 11 of us there.
That's got to be one of the
lost-
longest there is, isn't it? Torquay to Carlisle.
Well, Plymouth to Carlisle,
Yeah.
a bit further
Yeah.
down, but yeah. And Ukes himself, this one. Players who purposely avoid stepping on or walking around or jumping over the carpets or floor mats with club's badges on out of respect.
That's become big, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's become big.
Floor then.
Very big.
Yeah.
I'm the same with dog dirt, so don't tread in those.
No, don't you? No.
Yeah.
Do you want that? Is that woke though as well? Because I've got some wokes for you. Not
feel a
treading
bit
on the
woke,
badge,
yeah.
woke nonsense. Benno says goal music, woke nonsense. AZ South says drink breaks, woke nonsense.
Don't mind it in a World Cup in a South American country.
Yeah.
Don't mind that.
Yeah,
That's quite nice.
yeah,
When the COVID thing, where they'd stop and have a drink and everything, and then
yeah.
start again.
Is it still going? I watched the game the other day where they did
Yeah,
it.
they do.
How often do they do it now? Because they don't do it every game.
Every
do they?
half.
I don't think they do it every game, do they?
No, I don't know.
No. They just do it if someone's a bit
Someone's
tired.
injured.
And Jem says brioche bun burgers at the footy. Woke nonsense.
That is woke.
Yeah,
Brioche,
yeah.
yeah.
Total woke nonsense.
Very sugary
Yeah.
bread.
Yeah.
Very sugary bread. Helen, who's won this week?
Look, they were good Ks, but it would be a travesty if Cammy didn't take the crown.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Well done.
Everybody knows it. Everybody knows.
I'm wearing it on his behalf.
Unbelievable. It's unbelievable, Jeff.
Well done.
There you go. Well done, Joe.
Well Joe.
done.
Thank you.
That's the end of this week's show. Come back and join us on Friday when we have the Q&Q question and quiz. It's a special this week because we got some rugger players on air, and I think that will be fun. We'll see you on Friday.